Hello, everyone. This is Dr.SHIVA Ayyadurai. We just finished collecting signatures. You know, it was another day, late night of signature collection with our awesome team here. Look, what I want to talk about today is about my dear friend Elizabeth Warren, and I feel really bad. You know, I heard she just had to drop out of the race. It's very unfortunate because I feel like, not just me, but our volunteers in Massachusetts in 2018 really destroyed her chances, not only for president, but probably for Senate. And as many of you know, we ran an amazing campaign in 2018 called Only the Real Indian Can Defeat the Fake Indian. And we had signs all over Massachusetts. I was the first guy, long before Trump, President Trump did a great job branding her as Pocahontas, but I actually sent her a DNA test kit. And Elizabeth Warren, really not thinking about it, returned it. And I tweeted that out, that I was very saddened, and that went viral on the internet. That got me on the major news stations, from Varney and Company, from Laura Ingraham to Jesse Waters. You can see all of that. And then we had a DNA dance party in Cambridge. We invited her. I sent an Uber, and she didn't show up. I, in fact, named a star after Elizabeth Warren. There's a star called the Monsanto Warren Death Star. Some people don't know Elizabeth Warren voted for the Monsanto Protection Act. In fact, when I was collecting signatures here, a woman said, "Oh, I won't sign your signature sheet." But right when I told her that Elizabeth Warren voted for the Monsanto Protection Act, and I was assigned to expose Monsanto, she immediately signed. So, we had to expose the lies of this unfortunate fake Indian, Elizabeth Warren. We actually had a huge demonstration in front of her house, a demonstration against racism, because we really exposed the white liberal hypocrisy of people like Elizabeth Warren. A lot of those people cut their hair very similar to her, who talk the same way, think that they're not racist, when in fact they are the racists. We expose the real liberal racism of these people, because there is a racism in the United States. Unfortunately, the Republican elite do not want to talk about racism, because many of them are racist. And they therefore give the monopoly of the race discussion to the Democrats. And the Democrats basically define racism as don't use the word nigga and support affirmative action. And if you use both those things, then you're not racist. But the reality is there is a real racism. And the real racism I'm talking about is people who use race for their advancement, like Elizabeth Warren did. So we exposed that. And then, I also offered her that if she took the DNA tests, I'll give her my $10 million building in Cambridge. But most importantly, our volunteers are amazing volunteers. We had these beautiful signs that I graphically designed, which said only the real Indian can defeat the fake Indian, a picture of me and a picture of her in her headdress. And we must have had 1,000 of these signs all over. Alfred, you remember this, right? Alfred was out there all over Massachusetts. We were out in the snow and the sleet. That got to Elizabeth Warren and her own base. They said, wow, maybe she isn't it. Maybe she is lying, which she is. So she finally took the DNA test, and she had to sprinkle in some Peruvian genes and some Mexican genes, even to get to 101 out of 1024. Point is, I feel real bad, but look, we had to tell the truth. And Elizabeth Warren, I think, only won like 5 or 6 cities, right, Richard?
Something like that.
Something like that. Biden, complete crooked guy, the Democratic machine supported that idiot. And then Bernie also got ousted. But the bottom line is, Elizabeth, it's really bad that you lost so miserably, and I feel very bad. But look, if you're still in the Senate, I look forward to working with you. We have a lot of things we need to do. We need to fix the infrastructure issues. Massachusetts got an F minus in infrastructure. You contributed to that with your buddy Charlie Baker. Massachusetts is a D++ in integrity, which means one of the worst in corruption. You've contributed to that, so we need to talk about that. We also need to talk about the rising cost of healthcare, which you don't want to talk about. GPOs and PBMs, the people who are the middlemen who control healthcare costs. And most importantly, we got to talk about Harvard. Look, Harvard is fundamentally a $50 billion hedge fund. It is not a university. It's a fake university. It's really a hedge fund. You take a lot of money in, and then Harvard uses that to invest on Wall Street. And then that money is then used to essentially fuel people like you. In closing, what I really want to understand, Elizabeth, you have about, when I'm looking at open secrets here, you have about a couple million left now that your campaign's over. I hope you plan on redistributing that back to your base. All those people gave it to you. I hope you're not planning on keeping that. That would be really unfortunate. And but anyway, let's work together. You know, and again, I feel very bad. Yes, and look, you know, you have 2 million there. How about we give that $3 back to that student who you took it from? You know, she only had $3, as I remember. You're so happy to take it. How about we give it back to her and take that 2 million and distribute it back? I can help you do the calculation to the whatever the people that gave to you, but I think that's the fair thing to do. Again, only the real Indian can defeat the fake Indian. Thank you very much. Be well, Shiva for Senate.
Well,